okay, you have something in mind that you want to do. It seems like it would be cool if this thing. Cool. The easiest solution is usually a really bad one, and you end up crowbarring it in, and the world no longer makes coherent sense. You're like, okay, I want to set the sci-fi story on a desert planet, so it's all a desert. Cool.
And that's all I'm going to give you.
And it didn't. It's like, okay, but if this is a major setting, we have problems like how do people eat? Or live?
Yeah.
Is there like water? You said there was animals. How?
Right.
Why are people here on the desert planet? Did they grow up here? Did they fly here? Because it doesn't make sense that they would come here as the desert.
Yeah.
The easy solution.
Are they out here to harvest moisture or to harvest spice? Or
that's actually a good example because I think those are two things that go. One goes very, very soft world building. With Star Wars is just like it's a desert planet. There are people there. Yeah. How doesn't matter. They are. Don't worry about it. Whereas Arrakis is very much like there's a whole science as to why is it a desert planet? Why are these people here? How does all of this work?
It's very clearly established in Dune why they are going in the first place.
Right.
Why does the story need to take place here? Isn't this a terrible place to live?
Right.
Yes.
And even beyond that of just like how do you have a whole planet that is just one biome?
Yes. How does that work? Why?
Yeah.
No.
It's like, well, you've got these massive creatures that just turn everything into sand.
Oh.
Also, in fairness, a lot of planets are sort of one biome.
They're just
not ours.
They're
not ours. No.
But there are also a lot of planets that are off camera,
right?
So to say,
and most of those planets are usually uninhabitable by humans.
It's like no one's talking about the vast diversity of Mars,
right?
As far as you can tell, there's not really anything living there,
right?
So
Venus is one biome, death.
But no, it is a good point. In Star Wars, it's fine because
at least that's not what you're there for.
And at least in the first movie, they're on the desert planet for like half an hour,
maybe,
and then they leave, and they never come back. And
there's plenty of cool stuff going on that you don't really care. You don't want necessarily the answers for it. You're just like, oh. We got to go find this old man in the desert. Oh, there's the old mysterious man. That's super fun.
And there's a bunch of random, interesting mystery just going on around. You got like the sand crawlers,
right?
And the Jawas for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, and you just kind of accept it. Of just like this is the world that I'm in. I'm not given answers. It's just there's an alien because it is. All right, I'm cool with that.
What are they doing? Oh, they're buying and selling droids.
Makes sense.
Okay.
I'm tracking. I'm good.
That's something an alien might do.
Yeah.
And
I
see
think
that.
I think different stories call for different levels per se of world building. Like, I mean, one of the things that I really, really do enjoy about Dune is the amount of world building in it because it's very sciencey. It's very much a book written by an ecologist, which is right up my alley. And I really, really like that. I wouldn't like that in my Star Wars. That's not what I want out of my Star Wars. What I want out of my Star Wars is lightsaber knight and guy with blaster. That's all I need.
Those guys.
I want lightsaber knight and differently colored lightsaber knight.
Right. Yes. Yeah, it's great.
And it's red because he's a bad guy.
Right. Yes. This guy's got a lightsaber that comes out of both ends. Why? I don't care. It's super cool.
This guy's lightsaber has a crossguard. Why? I don't know.
It looked kind of baller though. I don't know what to tell you. But no, it's like, this is a generic good versus evil, and we're talking about the Force, and
it's very, very light, and that's all that I really want. It's a light-hearted space opera, and I don't need all of the science for it. I don't want all of the science for it.
But Dune has to do a ton of world building for the science bit, but also just history of the settings.
Right.
We're gonna be talking about Lisan al-Gaib versus
like,
Muad'Dib and the ways that all these things come back, but that it comes directly connected into the story. It's just that the canvas had to be a little wider than Star Wars, which at least the original trilogy did not need to cover very much. It was just most of the Jedi were dead. It's just there were guys named Jedi, laser sword.
Yep. That's all I want. That's all I need. I'm happy with it.
Rebels versus Empire.
Yeah. It's a very simple narrative, which is not bad.
Yes. It just depends on the kind of story you need to tell.
Yeah. And I think I think that kind of coming all the way back to good world building versus good storytelling. I think good world building is world building that fits the story you want to tell. And good storytelling is storytelling that fits the world you built. Like if you want this deep political thriller and your world building is Star Wars level, where it's like, we don't have all of these different, like, we have two factions. All right, not a whole lot of political thriller that can go along with that, because it's just like, well, it's these guys versus these guys. That's it. The only twist is this guy was actually one of those guys.
There was a spy.
Yeah, like so I think that's kind of what it comes down to between those two, of like, what is good world building and what is good storytelling, are both of those complementing each other and fitting what the world building fitting the story you want to tell, and the story fitting the world